Tina Mitchell here with your money chat. There has been a ton of volatility in the markets following Jerome Powell's comments on the economy. Powell said that the Fed will continue to hike until they kill inflation, and it sounds like they're planning another 50 basis point hike in June. But they're already starting to backtrack. Powell initially said that the Fed thought that they would be able to achieve a soft landing, but now they are giving themselves outs and said that they may be some potential paths to avoid recession. It doesn't appear that the markets believe that the Fed will be able to kill inflation. The Fed is much more wishy-washy, and many questions if the Fed will have the fortitude to continue tightening to reduce inflation, or if they will be forced to reverse course and start being accommodative once again based on the market conditions. Interestingly, Powell said that the Fed will continue to hike until they are in the appropriate place. This sounds very subjective, and I do not trust that the Fed will know when the appropriate place is based on their track record. They've been wrong about almost everything. In the housing news, housing starts for April were down 0.2% overall, but single family homes, which are the most important, were down 7.3%. Housing permits were down 3.2% last month, but once again, single families were down by a larger amount, dropping 4.6%. Overall, these figures are higher on a year-over-year basis, but there are challenges to getting homes completed. Single family units authorized but not started are up about 1%, while single family units completed is down 5% from last month, showing that the backlog continues to grow for builders. Now, I've seen many in the media that say the household formations are lagging and that we could be in an oversupply situation of inventory. Well, let me break it down. There are 1.4 million households formed in March, analyzed pace, which is historically a pretty strong level and above the average. At the same time, looking at today's housing start report, there were 1.7 million total starts, which includes single family, multifamily, meaning places to live, to buy, or to rent. But each year, about 100,000 homes are destroyed due to aging or replacements. That means that the net that we're seeing around 1.6 million homes created. Subtracting that out from the 1.4 million households formations, that is approximately 200,000 units that are going towards the undersupply that we're seeing in housing. Now, if Freddie Mac is right in their thinking that we are undersupplied by 3.8 million homes to meet demand, it would take over 19 years to reach a balanced market, not even overbought territory. Even if the figure was 1 million undersupplied, it would take 5 years on the current pace. Now, important thing to know is that we know builders are not completing all of their homes, as evidenced by the growing backlog and new home sale reports showing that only a fraction of the for sale inventory is move-in ready. If you look at the completed homes in the same line of thinking, we are actually seeing a 200,000 home deficit, meaning that the undersupply is getting worse. Despite the media's best efforts to create fear, we are not seeing any sign of overbuilding or an undersupply. Home prices are higher, but people need a place to live. Now, if housing's too expensive, the only option is to rent. But as rents are pressured higher, it makes purchases look even better. And speaking of rents, CoreLogic reported that rents rose 13.6% year over year in March. This report blends new rents and renewals together. The National Association of Home Builders, NAHB, issued a report titled Home Builders Warn of Significant Affordability Declines, where their affordability index showed that only 48.7% of homes sold in Q1 2022 were affordable for families earning in the median household income, which is the lowest in 10 years. Now, there's no denying that purchasing a home has become less affordable due to the higher rates and the higher home prices, but looking at median household incomes is not ideal. When considering lower income earners that are not likely purchasing a home, it's going to screw the affordability lower. Alternatives like renting are not necessarily a better option over purchasing either, with rents increasing substantially, which makes it much more expensive comparing to having a fixed rate mortgage. I believe that now could be the best time to buy. Interest rates have increased. But with every challenge, there are hidden opportunities. I see the increase in interest rates as this hidden opportunity. The reason is a temporary slowdown in the buyer frenzy. Some buyers have backed out of the market because of the increased rate shock, not because they can't afford to buy, but because of the shock factor. The buyer traffic has slowed down a bit, so the crazy multiple offers have also eased up a bit. This is temporary because when the new rates become the new norm, which they will, the shock value will wear off and buyers will be flooding the market again. This is a temporary opportunity, and if buyers don't take action, it will be a definitely missed opportunity. Buy now while buyer traffic is down. And that is your money chat.